Hey guys, welcome to Frontline, Comic Frontline. I was gonna say Frontline Live. Frontline.
I thought you were going to say that. I was like, that
Uh,
you're live,
I
right?
don't know what day it is, honestly. I've been lost. But we are on Comic Frontline this time, doing the Light by Light Dark Q&A. That way, maybe a different audience will see it because baby said people on Comic Frontline do not follow my channel. So we're hoping Wayne could come on. He is working though, so if he can't come on, hopefully he could come on for our Thursday show. So we will have a Thursday Q&A as well, and that will be on my channel because it's the last week. We're pushing it. So we have a couple of cool things to happen during our, since our last time with like Father Like Daughter. We have a crossover, which I don't think we mentioned, but Pat Chan just released his Gangster Ass Barista Kickstarter. And if you back up both at any price, we will give you 3 digital comics from Short Fuse Media and 3 digital comics from Pat Chan. Afterglow, it will be Prison Witch and Clonsters issue 1. And you have to put hashtag New York comic books on both Kickstarters. And for us, if you do the physical, backing for both of them, we will give you a print of a cool Casey and Gangster Ass Barista uh, cover pinup. So that's kind of cool.
Switch cover.
Yeah, switch cover,
Switch
which is
cover.
awesome. Yeah.
They switch roles. Casey is the gangsta ass burrito, and barista, and gangsta ass barista is invulnerable costume. Is in the invulnerable costume.
Yeah, so it's cool. And another thing, which Essen just said, I just checked your past the stretch goal. We are. So what that means, and I also want to make a mention, well, what it means is you're going to be getting Lumberjacks issue 1 variant cover. Again, with the variant covers, we only have these for Kickstarters and conventions. And when they're out, they're out. We will not be printing anymore. So those are the more rare covers and more rare comics you can get from us. So I suggest you back this up to get that. And then also you get another 3 digital comics from our roster. You get to pick whatever you want. We have over 50 titles, so you get to pick out what you want. And then the big announcement, what we reached today, which was really cool that we got to reach it before the Q&A. I wasn't sure, so it's kind of cool. When I got home, we reached it. I was out today, and we reached issue 5. So I'm sure we'll talk more about that here. I know me and Wayne are super excited about this. This is the big thing we wanted from this Kickstarter, the thing I couldn't talk about until it was announced, and then it was announced, and so quickly we got to that goal. So I'm really happy about that. Now, one thing I do want to mention that Sean told me to mention to you guys, we are going to be delivering the trade first and then issue 5 after, because issue 5 has not been done, is not colored or lettered yet. And we want to get you the trade as quickly as possible because that will be done when the Kickstarter is done. So you'll be getting 2 packages from us. You'll be getting the Kickstarter stuff, and then when issue 5 is done, you'll be getting the issue 5 package, depending if you backed it up printed or digitally. So if you back up the trade digitally, you'll get a digital version of issue 5. And you back up any of the tiers after that, the printed trade, you'll get a printed version of issue 5. So we're almost done with the book, but again, we do have to color and letter. So we are going to be sending you 2 packages. So that'll be after. So we'll hopefully make an update on the Kickstarter about that as well to, that way people don't get confused and they get their package and they don't see issue 5. You will be getting issue 5. We want to get you the trade first because that is done.
And that's even digital too, because if it's not done, that means it's not done digitally either. Because it has to be done being colored and all that. So even if you back it at the digital point and you're going to get the digital PDF of it, you still have to wait for it to get done. So
yeah, and as Brevin says, so much free shiz. Yeah, you can get up to like 10 digital comics for free for this campaign. Yeah. Like if you back it up for like $10. So that's kind of crazy. That's a lot of free comics that you're getting. So I recommend you back it up. We have 6 days left. We're trying to get this book in as many hands as we can. So I want to see if there's any more comments. We do have a lot of people, so thank you for watching.
And soon as it gets out, like Follow That Daughter will either be our November or December comic book club book. So that would be our book for that month. Whether it's November or December, I'm not sure which one when it will come out on. But by the time people get it, because we want enough people to get it and read it, and then because we already have this month and next month set up. So the earliest it would be November's. If not, then it'll be December's. So
obviously I'll be on for that, and we'll go in depthly about all the stuff in that book. And there's a lot in issue 1 through 4, and then issue 5, as we've been saying, there's a lot in there. So really excited. I'm telling you, me and Wayne have been talking about this like forever. We're like, oh my god, we're so much, we're so close, which is why Wayne wanted to be on this episode so badly, because he's been really excited about this issue as well.
Yeah, Wayne and Kat have been busting their humps to get this out, and you got handed to them, and they've done a lot of stuff that wasn't done for anything, like especially Wayne, like all the coloring and stuff that he's done, like for the web comics and all that. That was all like no profit being made at all.
Yeah,
just,
I really want to give
fun. Yeah,
I want to give the shout out to Wayne for that, because not a lot of artists would do that, and he just loves this project so much. He wanted to do as much to promote it, and he knew art would help, especially new art. So he did a lot to promote it. Like the barista print, he did that for free. So he wanted to promote it. So give a round of applause to Wayne. And that print looks gorgeous as well. It really looks great. Yeah.
I love that Casey has her classic Casey face.
Yeah. She does. Yeah. I like how she's holding the gun too. The only thing I told Wayne, because he's like, oh, I don't know, like, what should I do? I said, just switch their clothes. That's the idea I had. And I said, have Casey have a gun. Because it'd be fun to see what she does with it. And Wayne did like the little, obviously, because that's how Casey would react. She's never touched a gun before. And she never needed to, but barista, gangster ass barista is all used to it, so it's kind of cool to see that.
It would have also been cool to see her like rubbing off of like one of those pen tattoos. You know how girls get, or even guys, they do
I know what you're talking
pen
about.
Tattoos in school. Like I've seen a lot of kids do that, and then like having her like rub it off, like being all smudgy, because gangster ass barista has tattoos, so it would have been cool to see that too.
That would have been a lot of fun. I didn't even think about that. And also, I have to give a shout out to Sean and the crew. They did the whole New York background. They put the logos on top. So that was really cool. Made it extra great. And we're going to be coloring it too. That's not even a finished product of the print you'll be getting. That's really cool. Speaking of tattoos, there's actually a character I can mention. I won't mention anything more than this because you'll see in the future issue. There's a main character, who will have tattoos. So you don't get a lot of comic book characters that usually do, because it's harder to draw and to be consistent about. But we will be having a character with tattoos at some point. That's all I'm going to say. And I won't say which character and which tattoos. I'll keep that a surprise. And I'll say, I won't even say which issue, because then you guys will know. I'll tell Jay later, but I can't tell you guys, because if I say what issue, you're going to know which character it is, because of clues I've given in the past. But
if anybody has any questions, start asking them now. So this way we can get to asking some questions. And
I do want to give a shout out, Jay.
That's my birthday too.
December, December is a good month. I do want to give a little shout out to Justin. Hey, Justin, Real Manos. Yes. I have 2 characters in Red Knight with tattoos. If you are, everybody is one of the people who have the 3 free digital comics. Maybe you want to get Red Knight. I think Red Knight's on the store. I don't know if it is. Maybe it's not. I don't think it is on the store yet.
Well, that's Justin.
Yeah, Justin. Is Red Knight in the store
Real
yet?
Manos.
No.
Is Red Knight in the Short Fuse Media store yet?
If it is, go get it because it's awesome. And if it's not, go support Justin's book when it is, because, he is part Short Fuse, which is cool. And I've known Justin for years, so it's cool that we get to work together a different way.
Hey, Jesse. Jesse's in the comments.
Hey, Jesse, what's up?
It's not
in the store yet, so it's not in the store
yet. But the supervillain, Overkill, and Red Knight's mom, Lisa, all have tattoos.
Nice. See, again, it's something you really do not get to see in comics, which as a writer and thinking about the artist, I totally know why, but I like to challenge Wayne a lot, I guess, because I'm going to make him do it.
There's some good books over at Short Fuse Media you guys can check out. There's what's the one? I know I have, because I have a couple of them. What's his name? Grit. I kept wanting to say gruff. I'm like, it's not gruff. Grit. That's a good one. You also have stealth. That should be that should be in the store, right? Because it's already been.
Stealth is in the store, I believe. That's had a Kickstarter. American Dream has some good art. I haven't been able to read American Dream yet or Chess because I've been saving it for my Spotlight reviews, and I've had so many Spotlight stuff to do. I haven't been able to read the alignment books yet, but they've been on my shelf. So Chess, American Dream, and what was the other book part of that? Oh, there's another book that was part of that. It wasn't Earthling. Globalist. Globalist is also part of that, which I'll be reviewing and putting on the spotlight. So that'll be cool. But we have a lot of good books. Again, Red Knight's one of them.
Well, I'm sure like the survey will have a list of books that you can actually read if you want. I'm sure the survey will do that. Is there someone coming in? Yes.
Oh, Wayne, what's up? Can we?
I heard it was static. I was like, is someone coming in? What's up, Wayne? Congratulations on making the final stretch goal.
Wayne's also at his job, so we're going to be seeing. He is multitasking. That's fun.
SM down. My birthday is actually 4 days before Christmas, and no, my presents were never for both. I had Christmas presents, and I had birthday presents, and I had a lot of both. So my parents actually overcompensated for that because they didn't want me to be one of those kids who had either birthday or Christmas presents. I had both, and they were both plentiful. So
yeah, I don't know. I think October is still too soon for my birthday.
I have a nephew who's 2 days before mine, and I have a nephew who's 2 days after Christmas. So December in my family is a very full month. We have every day in December.
Yeah, October and September is our full month, and April for our family. So Wayne's here. So Wayne, I know you're working. So I was saying, I'm not revealing the character who has tattoos, but how do you feel about a character that you have to draw tattoos for in the future? Like, how do you feel about that? Do you think it's, as an artist, hard to do that because you have to keep consistent, or do you think it's fun?
You know what? I've never really been into the whole tattoo art thing. I don't even have any tattoos, and everybody always asks me to draw tattoos for them, and I've drawn tattoos for people. I really am so indifferent to the whole thing. I'm an artist. I love art, and I think anything can be a tattoo nowadays. It's amazing. But I've never really gotten to that whole thing.
There you go. And that's coming from an artist.
Yeah. I mean, I know a lot of tattoo artists, and I really like their work, and they love my work, and they always want me to do stuff for them. I just never know what to do to draw on somebody. You know?
True, it's permanent.
Like, oh, you want something on your arm? I have no idea. You know, that is a canvas I really could never paint. I think it's just a thing. And I mean, I've seen some beautiful tattoos on guys and girls, but I would never imagine that on a body. I just can't. That's a canvas I can't touch. I just don't have the ability to.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see. It's two different worlds, and the tattoo world is very interesting as well. Brian Michael Bendis's Pearl is doing that, so we'll see how that turns out. Touching on the tattoo art world, yeah. So interesting
I like
stuff.
to tell a story. You know, I like to draw telling stories, and so for me, that's multiple pages of stuff. So I guess if I was to do a tattoo, it would pretty much be like a tattoo lady's body with everything I would do to tell a story on it.
That's true. I mean, I guess you can think of tattoos. If you get multiple tattoos, that's a story as well, like for yourself. That's kind of interesting. But
Kat, you have a question.
Oh, let's hear it.
Would you get a tattoo? Would you ever get a tattoo?
I thought about it. I'll just say that.
Which might mean that she has a tattoo somewhere, but she's just not telling anybody.
No, I don't have any tattoos right now.
Okay.
but I
how
have
about
thought
you, Wayne?
about it.
How about you, Wayne? Would you get a tattoo?
I have no tattoos whatsoever. I've thought of a couple, but like I say, I'm the artist. I'm not a canvas. I think of my own artwork. I display it somewhere else. I don't have any on me. It's just not my thing. My wife has a couple. My son, my youngest son, who's 19, has one. But I'm just not a tattoo guy. I've never been into them that crazy. I mean, when I was a kid, I used to have tattoos on me all the time because it was fun and cool. But nothing really permanent. I really ever said, I got to get that on my arm or my leg, you know?
Well, two tattoos ideas I've had. One I probably would get, and one I don't know. It depends how addicted I got. Well, obviously Beatles. I would like to get like some Beatles related. I was thinking like the Abbey Road, like on my arm. But another one I really like is Face a Tiger from Spider Gwen. Like have it like over here and have it in like the lettering of Spider Gwen, and have it blue instead of red. So I'd do that. That's like the two ideas I've always had. The Face of Tiger is the closest one.
Well, they said you're not here on Saturdays anymore.
What's that?
I had
and then I came back.
I have none, but if I ever get any, I named them. But you gotta watch Zone 4 to check them out. So I named exactly what I would get and where I would get them.
I know you love that.
Even design a special one for one.
Hold on, so you're saying you would have one, Jay?
If I ever did. I designed
I
one.
am at work, so I'm constantly checking IDs and making sure the bar is in working order. I'm a bouncer here as well as a door guy.
Cool.
Hey, it's cool, Wayne.
And of course, tonight there's a huge wedding party in our restaurant bar and a bunch of regulars coming in. So, other than that, Jay, how are you? Haven't spoken to you in a while.
I'm good. How are you doing?
Oh, I'm working nonstop today.
I was doing that earlier.
Gift at my second job.
I did a show earlier today from work, so I'm right there.
Well, how are we doing? We were pretty good on the Kickstarter. I haven't been able to check in regularly
I haven't
today.
checked yet.
Well, made the stretch goal.
We have.
So issue number 5 is coming out.
What was that?
I said you made a stretch goal, so issue number 5 will be coming out.
Yes, we made it. All right.
Yeah, we've been excited about this. I was saying before you came on, Wayne, we're like every day we'd be like, "Are we there yet? Are we there?
Yes.
Are we there?" And we got there. So
I was
excited.
so nervous. I kept thinking, like, watch, we're gonna hit and like miss it by like $2 or something.
Kat was feeling nervous. What was
a couple days ago? I don't remember.
Wednesday night?
Yeah, I think it was Wednesday when we did
Wednesday
Media
night.
Madness. Yeah.
That was the last time we did a show together. So yeah, Wednesday night, Kat was really nervous about it. But cool that it's already made and it's still a week left to go. So people go out there. It doesn't mean that the Kickstarter is over. You want it, you gotta get it. Order it now. There's a lot of cool stuff, like Kat said. Over 10, you can get up to like over 10 free comics, digital comics and stuff like that. You're getting issue number 5, so you're getting. So let's just say you back it up. What's the first physical thing, Kat, for the comic? It's 20, right?
Yeah, $20.
Right.
Get the trade.
Let's just say you get it at the $20 tier.
Hello,
okay?
welcome back.
You're getting 3 digital comics free at least. It depends if you back the other Kickstarters or not and stuff like that. You're getting the variant cover of the what's that comic again? Lumberjacks. Okay, you're getting the trade paperback with a whole bunch of extras, including mini comic that's in there, the shorts that are in there. There's I believe you said the webcomic is in there.
We just gave the pages for that. So the sleepover and the get to know will be in there.
And you're getting issue 5, all for $20. That's like today's prices. That's 5 regular comic books, and you're getting that with the trade and the number 5, and then you're getting the 3 digital comics, the Lumberjacks variant, and you know, anything else that you like, if you backed other Kickstarters that are a part of this, like, you know, the Gangsta Ass Barista, you'll get that. You know, you back it at the physical level, both you get the physical thing pin up that Wayne did an excellent job on. We were talking about that, Wayne. It looks really cool.
Thank you. I like, you know what? I kept wondering now, are we going to do a crossover with, what was it?
The gangster ass barista. I would have to ask.
Yes.
I have to ask Pat about it. It'd be a fun one. Although I think we need to do a crossover between my book, They Call Her Dancer, and Like Father Like Daughter. That's a crossover I think I need to see happen. I think that'd be cool.
That's an interesting one. So
yeah.
who would cross over where? What world will it be in? And what characters will be in the crossover? Okay.
Oh man. From what I thought, it would be in Mia's world, because I just want to see my Like Father Like Daughter characters curse and say, "Oh my God, we're allowed to curse here."
So it would be a red band book.
So that's the one thing. Yeah, and I think it'd be kind of cool to see like the cartooniness of Wayne's art, and then like the more like
dark
not
colors.
Realistic, yeah, black and white colors from Eevee crossover would be really cool. Yeah, so I think that would be awesome. And I don't know, I would have to be before this miniseries started. So in the Dancer, it'd be before it started. Yeah, I don't know. I've had some ideas for it, so I'll have to talk to Sean about it. Who would be in it
from Like Father Like Daughter?
Oh, it'd be Stephanie, Wes, and Casey. I don't know if I would add Invulnerable. Because I think when we do the crossovers, it's always usually Invulnerable because he's the face, the hero. So
he's the you know, the father and Like Father.
Yeah, so it'd be kind of cool to see the trio be part of that instead. So Jay just left, so he's gonna be back. So Wayne, what crossovers would you like to see? Would you like to see the Dancer crossover, or would you like to see another crossover from Short Fuse? Oh, I think Wayne paused. Oh, hopefully he comes back. I like hear a little bit, but I don't hear him talking. All right, well, we'll get to some questions in the comments then. Let's see. I actually saw a lot. Yeah, so SM asked what type of cat tattoo I would get. I answered that one. Legends asks, I have a question for Kat. Do you have plans for an autistic character in the future, or a character with depression type disorder? I don't have any plans for it right now. Oh, is Wayne back? Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I couldn't hear you before. Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can now.
Okay. So, Legends asks if we had any plans for an autistic character or a character with a depression disorder. I don't think we have any plans for an autistic character right now. And a depression disorder. I don't know about disorder, but I mean, we went through some depressive, like bullying things that we touched upon in issue 3. So I think that's the closest we got to. I don't know if we'll go into mental health as much in Like Father Like Daughter. But if you like stuff about mental health, The Dancer is definitely your book, because that's more about mental health than Like Father Like Daughter, or at least disorders.
Mike headed up to Jekyll's for a bit.
So Wayne,
yes.
Would you so which crossovers would you like to see with Short Fuse Media? Like, what books would you like to see, like Father Like Daughter, or even other books, like what that could be possible in the indie verse with like Father Like Daughter? What would you like to see crossover?
There's so many to choose from. I'd kind of like to see something with I don't know. Stealth might be interesting to try something with Invulnerable.
Right.
I haven't really thought of it. It's a good question. I have to think about that one now.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Interesting to have a crossover going over with all the each one of it, like a Marvel style, where every book would have like an issue dedicated to the crossover. It'd be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be kind of cool to see other artists take on our characters, and I would like to tackle some of the other characters as well. It'd be kind of a cool thing.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll have to see. I'm sure. Hopefully, Sean's watching this and he can answer. He can answer that. So
I'm really gonna have to. I'm gonna have to think about that. That's a cool idea. I don't know. I really haven't thought of it, and it's really kind of a cool idea to play with. And I'm kind of like I haven't really thought of it, so I'm like afraid to say anything like that'll kind of look stupid like 3 weeks from now. It's like, oh, I can't believe I said that, you know. So I'm like, I'm gonna hold back right now. I'm gonna conserve that thought and really give it some thought.
think about it, and then you'll figure out which crossover you want to see.
Because like my mind's like turning with all these characters in the Short Fuse family, and I'm just like, ooh, that, and I'm like, I don't know, wait. So I really got to give that one some thought and let that turn in my head a bit before I really make a comment on which one I think would be best. But it would be a cool idea to do that with any of them, really.
Yeah, and Real Manos mentioned Red Knight, of course. I would love to see Martha Brown and I would say Casey and the trio hang out. I think that'd be really cool. All right, let's see. We had some other questions here. Scotty, do these Kickstarter succeeding goals ever get old? Is humbling or just amazing? Oh, it never gets old by any means. You still are biting your nails throughout the whole entire process. It's so funny. I went into the comic book store the other day, one of the people at work at the comic book store, he knew I was doing a Kickstarter, and he said, how's it feel to do a Kickstarter? Like, what does it feel? And I said, stressful. It's like, it's the best and worst thing, because it really is. It's just like, you don't know if you're going to hit the goal. And the thing is, you also keep wanting more, because you want for it to succeed you just want it to keep succeeding. You want that book in as many hands as possible. So, that's a big thing. How about you, Wayne? Do you like the process of Kickstarters? Like, how do you feel about it? Like mentally, I guess.
Yep.
So, I don't know if you heard that question, Wayne.
What's that?
Did you? So, how do you feel like mentally about the Kickstarters? Are they stressful? Are they amazing? Are they humbling?
I think it's awesome that we do hit our goals and people do like the book and it's really going great. Especially this one, I'm really excited about this one because basically with the trade, you not only get all the first 4 issues. So basically you're getting caught up on everything if you've never seen this book or you only seen 1 issue or you're just seeing what we're talking about now. You're pretty much getting everything we've done, including some parts from the webcomic, some stuff you haven't seen, promotional stuff, sketches, all that stuff is going into the trade. And on top of that, you get issue 5, the newest one, right on top. So it's like you pretty much are just getting the whole thing. Mm-hmm. I just think that's really awesome. I'm excited about that. I'm like, yeah, I can't wait for somebody to get this package with everything. And I'm like, this is probably one of the best Kickstarters I think we've offered. Because really, you are getting everything in this one. And that's what I love about this one. And the fact that we hit the goal is fantastic. But all the other ones, it's just amazing how we keep hitting those goals, going forward. We keep this thing alive and keep it going. It's fantastic. I'm loving it.
Yeah. I think for me and Wayne, it's just to get that book into as many hands as possible. And this is the best way for you guys to get as much as possible with getting the book. It's interesting, even at cons, like I even tell them that. I'm like, go to the Kickstarter. Like that's like, keep tabs on that. Follow us on Facebook. That way when the Kickstarter is coming, because it's awesome to get the book, but it's also awesome to get other stuff with the book. Yeah. And you get so much. And you're part of the production. So it's cool.
I do.
Everybody complains about the price of comic books and all that, but Kickstarters like this are real good values for it, because look at all the stuff you're getting for, again, at a physical level, $20, the minimum physical level of $20, you're getting all those books. You're getting digital books, because you also get a digital copy of the like Father Like Daughter trade. You get the 3 digital books. You get the trade, the physical copy of the trade. You get the variant cover. let's see, you get like Father Like Daughter number 5, physical and digital. And if you cross, it depends on if you're crossing over with other stuff. That's already 8 books right there. We're counting physical and digital stuff. Okay, and then you have all those extras that are in that trade that would be considered other additional books. So it's not just the 4 issues. You're getting the webcomic stuff. You're getting some of the crossovers. You're getting the one shot, right? Kat, is that one shots in there, right? Where you go to the comic shop.
Yep, that's in there.
Yeah, so you get to see me in a comic book, people. That's what the important takeaway from this is. I get to be in the comic book. So that's the only important takeaway here. I'm only joking. But yeah, you get to see the Frontline. You get to see the Frontline crew actually in a comic book. So I'm in it, you know, everybody on Frontline Live is on there. So we're all in that book. I actually have a speaking role, which I was really shocked to see that I had a speaking role.
I mean, you helped a lot throughout the Kickstarters. So.
I thought, because Kat was like, who do you think you guys are? And I was like, I want to say I'm the guy in the Superman shirt, but I think I'm the guy in the background because that guy's talking. And I was like, I don't think I would have a talking spot. And she was like, no, you are that guy in the Superman shirt. I was like, yes.
Of course. Who else would we have? We knew how to draw you. So the 2 questions we answered, Jay, were do these Kickstarters exceeding goals ever get old? And also Legends Axe.
What was the one?
The Scotty's question all the way up. Do these Kickstarters exceeding goals ever get old? And also Legends Axe, if I would have any plans for having an autistic character in the future or a character with depression type disorder. I said more mental illness and the dancers explored.
There's a lot of psychological stuff coming up, I would say, in like Father Like Daughter that will be played off of. So I would say pay attention to the storyline, and again, pay attention to that webcomic because something big was dropped there that Kat did not realize that she dropped it, but a big plot point was dropped in that book, in that webcomic, and you're getting that one's in this, right? The sleepover, that's in this.
Yeah, it's in the sleep. Yeah, it's gonna be in it.
So yeah, that's going to be in it, and it's a big reveal. So pay attention to what you read in that. You might be able to catch on to something.
Yeah, we like dropping hints. We talked about this on Zone 4 too. You get to learn a lot about their personalities and in the get to know web comics. I'm so happy the webcomic made it because I think those are some of our best stories. That really feel that you got to. Well, first of all, me and Wayne got to work together completely on those 2. But also, I feel like you get to really know the characters that you don't get to see in the first 4 issues, but you're going to see in future issues.
Yeah. Also, for the goals, I think it would actually make you challenge more when you reach goals, because then it's like, what are you going to do in the next?
Exactly. Yeah.
You got to top that. Next
stopping it. So. Yeah, which we have so far.
Yeah. Each Kickstarter's gotten better, bigger, and it's gotten more each one. So that's another reason why they backed them. And Scotty has another question. It says, I know it can be stressful, but have you guys ever had a moment where you step back and think about how amazing and extraordinary this all this is?
Oh, of course, yeah. We always think that. It's amazing, honestly. I never have words for how many people are liking the book or even impacted by the book is really important, and just like the characters as much as we do. It's cool.
Yeah, your Instagram is at Comic Uno, right?
What happened?
Your Instagram is at Comic Uno?
It's at Cat Comic Uno, because someone has Comic Uno. So that one. Let me see if we missed any questions. So, Jay, we were up to...
Real Manos has a question.
Okay, let's see. Where is it?
It says, I have a dorky writer question for Kat. Do you listen to music while writing? If so, then why?
I love that question. Music's really important to me as a person, so I'm really glad you asked that. But yes, I always do. Anytime I work, I listen to music, and I listen to different stuff for different things I'm working on. For like The Dancer, I tend to listen to a lot more slower songs, instrumentals I would listen to a lot. And then for like Father Daughter, like more punk stuff, like more rock. type of music. And if I'm not really trying to get in tone and I know the character as well, I'll just like listen to anything. Like I'll put Pandora on. But yeah, I always listen to music. It's, like I said, it's really important to me. And I think we had some questions above that, Jay. I think we were up to
Okay.
let me see.
All right, looks like I'm losing power here, guys. I'm gonna have to cut out.
All right.
Okay, well, I'll message you, Wayne. So hopefully Thursday we can do like a full show. I'm really glad you're able to show up.
Yes, I'll be there for it.
Awesome. All right, good luck at work. Thank you for coming on.
Guys.
Have a good night, Wayne.
Thanks for having me. Have a great night. Talk to you guys soon.
See ya. I'm glad Wayne was able to come on. Oh, sorry, I was looking at we're up to. I think we're up to. Well, we skipped the tattoo stuff because we already talked about that.
All right. These Kickstarter succeeding goals. Was that the last one, or was that
the next one? The last one we were up to, I think, was Real Manos. Is the backup story with the cameos in color or black and white?
Okay. That's a sort. Let's see. Previously, I'm trying to find it one movie. I don't know, for the like father like daughter dancer crossover.
Yeah, it's like 3 comments above that. Is the backup story with the cameos in color or black and white. It's above Legends, and then we'll go.
All right, Scotty says, Kat, you compared Casey Ryder's character to Peter Parker. How is she like Peter to you?
Let me scroll up. Hold on. Okay, sorry. What was the question?
Kat, you compared Casey Ryder's character to Peter Parker. How is she like Peter to you?
I think their personalities aren't similar, but I think her world is very Spider-Man-esque, and I would say her responsibility, like even though she does, I think Peter in his heart, we know Peter in his heart doesn't want to be Spider-Man. He doesn't want to be a superhero. He
doesn't want to have that burden.
Yeah, he doesn't want to have the burden. Like he'd rather not, but his responsibility always brings him back to being Spider-Man. So I think that's what, the most relatable thing to Casey, being that she doesn't want to be a superhero.
I was going to say the struggle with power and great responsibility. That's why I was going to say what I would say would be it. And Scotty, I don't know if like you're near me or anything, but like I smell pizza so bad. Like, someone has some serious pizza outside.
Oh, hopefully it's good pizza.
In my window because it's really nice here today, so I open up the windows.
It's cold outside for us. Oh no.
Yeah. So I just thought of Scotty when I smelled the pizza. So
I had pizza tonight and it was pretty good. Real Manos, the backup story with the cameos. I believe they're gonna be in color. That wasn't the finished product. Let's see. That was a good question. I love that question, Scotty.
All right. Here's a good one. Legends X. How many comics does Wes read every week? Is he on a J level or a Cat level? Wow. So does he read like 70-something issues, or does he read like 20-something issues?
He, I think, is a bit more on a budget because he's a teenage boy.
I was just going to say, I think he's on like a little bit below a Cat level. But
I would say like a 10 comics a week, I would say, or maybe like 10 to 15, I would say he'd read a week. I would say more 10 because, again, he's a teenage boy. So I would say about 10 comics a week he'll read. I think, honestly, he tries to get some trades, too. Like, he'll go to the comic
plus, he's got all the geek stuff that, like, he has to afford to buy, Like, he has the sonic screwdriver, that Casey totally broke, and,
He did. But at least we talked about it, at least.
She better buy him a new one. I'm just saying.
He seemed to buy himself a new one, but yeah, Casey should have bought him a new one, maybe for Christmas. We still haven't done a Christmas anything.
Maybe we should get him another sonic screwdriver from a different doctor, because they're all different. All the sonic screwdrivers are different. So
there you go. That's a good.
No sonic sunglasses though. They don't exist anymore. But anyway, I would say I would have thought that he's like below Cat level, but he wants to be on my level.
Like, oh yeah, he wants
his
all the
dream is to get
world.
to that level.
Yeah, I think he has a dream to either be something in comics, which I don't think, as a writer, I don't think realistically I would want to put him in that position. I think it's a little bit too
meta.
Meta, exactly. And I don't love when comics do that, when it's just like you're only in the space of comics, like especially like Valley Daughter. I try and make it very real, like realistic.
It's just like making a geek. Yeah, I just like that he's a geek and he just like collects it. Maybe he doesn't want to write them, you know?
No, I don't think Wes does. I think Wes like wants to be like, if he had something in comics, it'd be like a podcast and talking about comics. But again, I would never put him in that position because I think that's too meta for me, and I don't like writing about myself. So I just don't like that personally. So I wouldn't do that.
I have a question for you then. Because this is something that exists there. Will we see in maybe a future trade or a webcomic or something like that any Comic Uno news spots?
I don't have any plans for it right
now. Comic Duo.
I think if it ever comes up, it'd be interesting. I think it'd be for a side story, though. I don't see it happening in the main comic right now.
I can see a webcomic or a mini comic for after issue 8.
Yeah, no, definitely you can. I'm going to say the way we tackle that will be more, because Jay knows what I'm talking about, and you guys won't know what I'm talking about when I say this, but when you watch this after those issues are released, you'll know. But I'm going to say we'll be tackling that more on a political route and a more hard-hitting news route than YouTube route, which is why I say I think we could do that in a webcomic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm saying, like, I can see like a web comic or even like a mini comic. You know that you guys do the mini comics. I can see that on that level.
Yeah.
That. So, I just like as I was asking the question, that idea popped into my head. Yeah,
that was a good question. And these are all good questions. Thank you, guys. It's so awesome that we get different questions throughout. I think it's very easy to, especially because me and Jay, we do these all the time. So it's like, yeah, we do it a lot because we try to promote
especially like the first couple, we were doing them like every single week for like 5 weeks each time. So it was like, this has to be up near our 20th.
Oh yeah, we've done a lot of these. So it's kind of nice, and I think it shows how developed this world is. Pat on the back for me, I guess, that we have so many layers to talk about with the comic, especially as obviously issues come out. You get to talk a little bit more about them. Like for issue 1, it was very hard to just promote it because it's like I couldn't reveal anything because like I want you to buy the issue. So it's gotten a little easier to promote it as we get more issues out and to talk about it. And there's some really cool creative questions as well.
Yeah, I'm going down there. I'm trying to get the top ones first. So,
I'm actually now past. I'm up to SM's question. It's about when you said Cat Comic Uno. SM had a question.
Okay. SM said, when you beat the goal, does that money go to the next comic?
For this one, it did. So we plan to do it for issue 5. Now, I can't speak on that because I'm not the money person, but I know the more money we get, the better we can put stuff towards like Valley Daughter. But
after you got, because I don't know if this Kickstarter does it, but I know a lot of Kickstarters break it down into a pie chart on where the funds go.
Yeah.
So, there's production on the comic. Wayne has to get paid because he is an artist. He has to get paid for his work. The letterer has to get paid because that's something you have to pay. The production team all has to get paid for it. The physical, the company, the printing company, has to get paid because otherwise you're not getting the prints.
Yeah, I would have to mention that I think a lot of times, like, people who are outside of this business think it's, like, sense to make a comic, but honestly, like, to get issue 5, we needed the $3,000 to get that for you. Like we utilized that to get that for you, the comic.
Like, Marvel and DC, it cost them pennies to print a comic book.
Yeah.
But for indie comic book companies like Short Fuse, pretty much, like, half the budget is printing. Like, so, like, about, like, say if you, because I know this from other indie people I talk to, like you may be paying $4 for a comic book, and $2 of that $4 was the printing cost of that comic book. So that's a large part of it. That's not even counting the people who gotta get paid for drawing it and all that stuff. So
yeah, so
like,
there's a lot of money. And
so that's what goes to it first, and then the stretch goals are met, and then it tells you right on the stretch goals what you get and why, you know, how that goes. So like, you know, like the production of this is also the over stretch goal of this is also going to be paying for issue number 5, because that has to get paid waiting for the art. That has to get paid for the printing of it. That has to get paid for the lettering of it. That has to get paid for the shipping of it. You know, so there's a lot of things that go into a Kickstarter, and you also have to pay Kickstarter a fee for letting you use their platform. You know, there's a Kickstarter fee. So there's a lot of different things that go into a Kickstarter.
Yeah, so I think SM Axe says, because like, will we get more issues? For this Kickstarter, it is just going to be issue 5. But I will say, at least in my mind, the more successful this is, the more we can show for another Kickstarter that hopefully we could add more issues. So maybe instead of doing issue 6 next time, we could do issue 6 and 7. You know, obviously this is discussions we would need to have, but you know, this is more possibilities of getting issues.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
Yeah. This is not concrete things I'm saying. I'm saying that like if we do get more money in these Kickstarters, it proves I have more of a fan base and we can do bigger things.
Yeah, I think
and get you those issues quicker.
I think it was because issues number 1, 2, and 3 did good. In Kickstarter, issue 4 was printed out without having a Kickstarter.
Issue 3 actually. So issue 1 and 2 did so well, and then
I knew it was one of them. I'm sorry. So issue 1 and 2 did so well that issue 3 was paid for already through the Kickstarter. So so stuff like that could happen. Yeah. Like it all depends.
So it's always good to promote through it's always good for us, and at least for me, like to pay through the Kickstarter, because again, you help. Yeah, it helps with production. So if you want, I mean, I'm appreciative you support the book. So however way you want to support the book, I'm cool with. But I think if you want to get that comic quicker, I recommend you supporting it through the Kickstarter, which is obviously going on right now. And I want to get these books out for you quicker. So.
See, she talks about the Beetle every other show.
Yeah, come on,
every other show? You mean like every other minute?
I love my Beetle.
Let's see. Where's the number 5 Kickstarter? Brevin, there is no number 5 Kickstarter because number 5 was already funded because of this Kickstarter. So, because of this Kickstarter, so now if you want issue number 5, you want it at the physical level, the least amount you have to do is $20 because you get the trade paperback, all those exclusives, all the digital comics, the variant cover of Lumberjacks, and you get the Like Father Like Daughter number 5. If you're okay with the digital, then the minimum is $10, and you get all that stuff digitally.
Yeah.
Let's see.
We'll stop there.
Jay, Legend says, Jay, you guys say Wes is a lot like you. So how so is he like you? First of all, I want to say Cat had nothing. He's nowhere. How can I say this? Cat did not base him on me at all.
No, definitely not.
It's just coincidences because Cat wrote this before she really knew me.
Yeah, so, we weren't doing Media Madness or anything. We weren't like as close as we are now. Yeah. We were. I don't even know. We definitely knew each other, but
we were talking all that. Yeah. But I don't think we like knew each other on this level.
Yeah, no. Like,
and it's just
we're best friends now. I don't think we would have called ourselves best friends back then.
Yeah, we're like family. Like Cat's like my little sister. Like when I think of Cat, I think of her like my little sister.
Yeah.
So which I don't have. So Cat's like my only little sister.
That's why it's special.
That's why I pick on her all the time. But no, it's like a lot of coincidences too, because like Wayne and me never spoke before. I think it was during the second Kickstarter we spoke to Wayne. I spoke to Wayne, and the pages were already in. And he done Wes's room, and Wes's room was like my room when I was a teenager, like when I was a young kid. That was my room. I'm like, dude, you stole my room. I was like, Wes, that's like my room. It was just because the way Kat wrote Wes was to the point where Wayne knew what was going to be in that room, and he wrote it.
Rooms are important, people.
Yeah, it felt like you know, it was like, wow, that's like my room. Like there's even one poster of like a real person in his room. I had one poster of like a real person in my room. Like, so it's really a whole fun thing to see that. Like, and how does he like me? I guess it's because he uses his knowledge a lot of comic books, and he knows things. He remembers things that nobody else really cares about. And that's what I always say about me. I remember things no one cares about.
That's true. I think Wes is the type of comic fan who could name like, oh yeah, issue 15 that happened. You know, definitely that type of comic fan.
Yeah, he'll walk around like he'll walk around with a sonic screwdriver just because it's a sonic. He just wants to walk around with a sonic screwdriver. I walked around with a Zeonizer on my arm because I wanted to wear a Zeonizer that day. It's just things that geeks do. So,
and I think what I love about Wes is just how confident he is about it. We're going to introduce another character.
He's not ashamed of it. Neither am I. So.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to introduce another character, which I'm really excited about in the next arc. So after issue 8. And she's not confident about herself. She's not confident about the things she likes. So it's going to be kind of cool to see that contrast with Wes, who's like so confident about things. And even Stephanie, one thing you'll learn about her is that she's confident about everything except the things she loves, like music. Like you don't see her talk about it unless it's with Casey. She's not really confident to talk about it with other people because she like feels weird about it. But you see Wes, and he's just like, yeah, I'll talk about everything I love. So that's something I love about the trios, that they all offer something different at the table, and I think that's how it works.
And I would say, again, that's another thing I have in common with Wes, or Wes has in common with me, since I'm older, is I was always confident. Like I never felt like I should be ashamed of anything I liked or anything I did. I just owned who I was, and that's something I think Wes was. And we don't know his family situation too much yet. It has been revealed, but you know, that could have some stuff in common too. I don't know. Like,
I think Jay knows at least a little bit more about Wes.
I can't say anything.
Yeah, we won't. We won't.
So,
but I don't think it's been revealed anywhere in the web comic. I think if anything, it might have been revealed a little bit in the sleepover, but I don't think it was.
No, not yet.
Not yet. So
whenever something's revealed, I point it out to you.
That's true.
Like,
that is true.
You did that. Like I go to you. I'm like, you know, you just did that, right?
Well, I try to drop some hints because I want you guys. I like weaving stuff in early on because I think that's good comic book writing.
And then you can say, well, wow, that she did say it. You know. That was there, so it's not like something that was last minute. Oh, I want to change this.
Yeah, everything's been thought out. Yeah, it's not something like these are things that have been plotted out for a long time, and you see that planted throughout the series. But yeah, Wes, I'm really excited for you guys to learn more about. And again, that's why I'm like super excited for not this arc, because this arc is still very much about Casey and Invulnerable. And obviously you get to see some fun stuff with Wes and Steph. I don't think you get to learn a lot about them, but in the next arc after that, you get to learn more about the trio, which I think is going to be a lot of fun.
There are a lot of layers, Scotty asks, to Like Father, Like Daughter. A story of 3 high school friends, a father-daughter tale, a superhero coming of age. Name some TV shows Jay and Kat can see in Like Father, Like Daughter. So name some TV shows with like similar themes like this. Let's see. 3 high school friends.
I don't know.
Because you'll have to have the nerd. I would honestly, and this is an offbeat type pass, and so you gotta really know the show to know it, and Kat does not know the show. She has not yet watched the show.
So
I keep her to watch the show.
I'm guessing my so-called life.
My so-called life. I can see some of the stuff in there.
But I didn't take it from there because I didn't watch it yet, which it will happen.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it'll happen.
Oh yeah. Well, no, I'm not saying it's like, oh wow, that's it.
No,
So
I know.
but I'm saying like
think
little things you can see.
Yeah, and I mean that's
Especially
all
because the
right.
show centers around two girls and a boy who are friends. So that type of theme, and there's other little themes in there that I can see. I can relate to just because I've seen that show a billion times. I love my
and
so-called
you know
life.
what's coming up as well. So
Yeah, so like I know things that are so I would say my so-called life. Let's say.
I would say like Smallville. I think something like that.
Yeah,
No,
because it's
Chloe.
the coming of age story. Yeah, I can definitely see that. A father-daughter tale. I don't know if any show this really does deal with the father-daughter stuff without other kids in the picture. Because
they're always about the father and daughter. There's never like about the friends. Because the only thing I got me comes close is was the Alien show from the 80s that only me and Jay remember.
Would you like to swing?
Yeah, I could sing the theme song, but I can't think of the words.
I just give me a second.
Out of this world?
Out of this world, yeah.
Out of this world. That's only, but again, the friends were never involved. So it's like when it's about the parents, it's usually just about the parents and not about friends. So
yeah, see, like things I think of where friends are involved and the parents are involved, it's not really a father-daughter type situation. That would be like 90210 because that was like the first TV show where the parents and the kids are involved, and it's also the friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess that's good that we can't think of anything, but yeah.
So like there's nothing that I would say that jumps out, but like there are little threads I can see on everything. And I still say Kat definitely needs to watch My So-Called Life.
I'm definitely going to one of these days. I will say
I think it's on Hulu. Just let me check because I think My So-Called Life is on Hulu, and I want Kat to watch this because I want to do a Media Menace for this show. So maybe this could be our 200th Media Menace, Kat. What do you say?
I don't know if I'll be able to watch it all in time.
It's not that much of a show because it was only on MTV. It was like early on when MTV first started to do stuff. It was like I think it might have been their first show.
Watch it for that long. I don't know because I have the Iron Fist binge right now. So
all right. It will be sometime.
Sometime this year. Sometime this year we'll do it. Or even like we could like do a commentary on the first episode. I could do that because then I don't have to binge it all.
I love this show, and this is a show I've watched multiple times. So like I had the DVDs and all that. That's why, it's on here, and there are. Let me see.
It's a good amount of
19 episodes.
Oh, that's not too bad. 19? That's not bad. Oh no, I'll figure it out. I might go watch it by 200 because that's kind of soon. But
no, maybe we can do something with it just because I want Kat to really watch it. It's a great show.
Christmas time or something because there won't be a lot of like January because there's never anything going on then. Yeah. Oh, I will say though the powers of Invulnerable, obviously Superman. But I also took a lot from like Bionic Woman and the $6 Million Man. That way, it wasn't like I don't want Invulnerable to be too powerful, so that's why I took more of their limits from that show.
Question. This is from SM Down. Question: when you beat the goal? Oh, okay, that was already asked. I'm sorry.
Let's see. How does the hashtags work? I'm guessing you mean for the Kickstarter.
So.
You can say.
If you backed both Gangsta Ass Barista and Like Father Like Daughter, you go into the comments on Kickstarter for each of those Kickstarters, and you put hashtag New York Comics. Yes. So you have to do it on the Gangsta Ass Barista. You have to back it and then leave a comment, hashtag New York Comics. Then go back Like Father Like Daughter, and in the comments, hashtag Gangsta Ass Barista, New York Comics. I'm sorry. And then the other hashtag is all in, and that was sort of Facebook one, right?
Yes. And you also have to share it.
Yeah, you have to share it. And then there's also you have to back it, share it, and
comment on the Facebook
Hashtag.
event, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in. And then you had to
And you get all 50 comics printed from Short Fuse.
yeah.
So that's really great if you do that. So if you backed it, say all in, and share it on Facebook. So that's how you do it.
And then
and then
the other one?
hashtag legendary ladies if you just want a free book.
In the
and
comments.
and if you backed it up, just say hashtag legendary ladies.
So that all you have to do is legendary ladies, which is referencing Kat's other podcast, which is the Legends of Tomorrow's podcast, where she is one of the legendary ladies there. And very simple. So the hashtags are New York Comics. I'm going to type that hashtags right in the live chat so you guys can. I did that wrong. I did @ instead of hashtag. So let me just let me delete that one so this way that doesn't get people confused. Okay, so it's going to be hashtag New York Comics, hashtag legendary ladies, hashtag all in.
Yeah, so do all that.
Those are the 3 ones. And again, New York Comics, you have to back both Gangsta Ass Barista, which is a Destiny New York spinoff. So if you're a Destiny New York fan, and Gangsta Ass Barista is right up that alley, or at that coffee shop. And you got to back that, and you have to back like Father Like Daughter. You go to both of the comments on each of the Kickstarters and you hashtag it, and then you'll get the if you're a physical level, you get the physical print. And of course, you get all wherever it comes with both of those Kickstarters at that level, at those levels. Legendary Ladies, you get a free digital comic, and all in one, you get a chance to win the 50 physical books. So.
Yeah, so a lot of cool stuff you can get for that.
Is it New York Comics or New York Comic Books?
I mean, either one you will understand.
It's either one. So it's either one. Okay, it's either one. Because I saw people writing New York Comics. That's why.
Yeah, either one you could write.
Yeah, because I saw people write hashtag New York Comics in the. Because I saw in your when I put the legendary ladies in the comments today, I saw people putting New York Comics. So that's why I assumed it was that one. Let me go back up and see if I missed anything.
I think SM asked a question about does mean more expensive comics that are $20, $10 when to pay people. I think he's asking. I mean, again, the Kickstarter in general went to go pay for people. Like, it's about production. We don't put $6,000 in our pocket after this. That's far from it.
Yeah, it's all about production. Like, people don't understand. Like, Marvel and DC, they have in-shop stuff, so they don't pay as much. Like, they may pay 50 cents a book. They may pay 20 cents a book, 10 cents a book. You know. That's why they can print 100,000 copies, 500,000 copies. They don't have to pay the cost that smaller indie companies like Short Fuse Media have to pay. I mean, I know people who actually, honestly, I know someone who I told to look for a better deal because the printer company wanted them to pay $3 a comic book.
And honestly, that is something a lot of printers will do. Like, that's not a weird amount. So that's why you're seeing indie books up to $5 because you need to make a profit.
Yeah.
So
because the printing, I mean, that doesn't even count paying for the artists or anything. Like,
that's just to print the book.
That's just the printer. I saw someone told me that they had an offer from an estimate from a printer shop that was $3 a comic book. I told them to shop around. They might be able to get a little bit.
And the more you print, the cheaper your deal will be. But with indie books, it's like you need a lot of supporters then. So it's and that's why a lot of indie books are going completely digital because it's cheaper. So and we don't want the industry to go that route. We want to get printed books as well. So these are the routes to go. That way you can get your books printed. That is why the production price is the way it is. So again, we're not putting $6,000 in our pocket after this Kickstarter, and again, far from it. Yeah.
Another question from SM Down says, "Did you base any of the like Father Like Daughter characters on someone you know?"
Honestly, I didn't go into it saying, "Ooh, this is like me. This is like my brother."
I think it's subconsciously maybe you can see elements of people you know in there.
Yeah, and I think any writer will do that.
Life experience, life experience. You know, you might know someone who, like Kat might know someone who's really into music, and that might have influenced her a little bit, but not like, oh, it's that person, you know. But the love of music, or
even other characters. Yeah, I would say like, I don't know someone personally who loves music that much, but I know people who love things that much.
Yeah.
So that's
that
easy
translates into something
yeah.
else. So that. It's like personal experiences. You take like an element of something from something, you know, because as a creator, that's what you have to do. You have to. Not everything's going to be like, oh, this is someone that is so unique that can never, like, all your characters are not going to be like that. You might have a character that is something that you've never seen before, heard before in life, but most of them are probably things that you are familiar with. That's how you can write. That's how you can write it.
Yeah, you look at the world too, even if it's not people you know personally. You might have like, you know, sat on the subway one day and saw someone like that, you know, or you sit in Starbucks and you saw that. So it might not even be like your best friend you're trying to write, or, you know, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, or whatever. It's just somebody, you know, it's just someone you saw. So yeah, for me personally, again, I think these characters, sure, there's definitely elements for me, or, you know, people in my life, but they're never.
I guess, you know, again, it's not like, oh, Kat's just writing about herself.
And I wouldn't want that. Like, and I know writers that do. Like, I know, I particularly, in my opinion, I don't think that's good writing to write. Just write yourself, unless you're writing a, you know, autobiography. But or me, I'm this type of writer just doesn't want to do that. Like, I don't want to put my whole life on, you know, on display.
You don't want your dirty laundry being aired. But Legend says, I'm like Wes and Jay. I want to carry some nerdy things around. I want to get a sonic screwdriver and carry it anywhere. Do it, dude. That's all it is. Only thing that stops most people is the fear of what other people think. And I say screw it. Like, honestly, no one else has to look at you but yourself.
And I think that's why I wrote Wes the way he is. It's just that I agree with that. I think, at least with the characters I have, is just like I want people to be confident to who they are. Even with Casey, I think Casey, you know, she could rub people the wrong way as well, but
she's comfortable with herself.
Yeah, she's comfortable.
That's why I like her.
Yeah,
she knows who she is, and she's not afraid to, you know, be that girl. You
know?
I
think she's allowed to do that. And again, for me, Casey's not a mean character, because she's not. No, she's never trying to do anything bad. Yeah, she's just a very honest character. Exactly.
You know what I think Casey is? She's someone without a filter.
Oh yeah, she's and that's always been her character. Yeah.
She thinks something, she says it. She's not the kind of person that, like, she's not the kind of person that would say, you know, wait till she gets home and tell you know, Stephanie, oh my God, I can't believe that this happened. No, she'd be like,
I think Stephanie is the type of person who would do that. I think Stephanie's the type of person who would see something and be aware of it and shut her mouth. And then Casey next to her would be like, did you just see what happened? Did you see that? So I think that's interesting.
Yeah. And it's great friendship dynamic, because you have two different people who together makes each other a better person. And that's what I like about their friendship. So
I think that's what's really unique about their friendship, which I honestly have not seen anywhere else, at least between two girls. I think I've seen bros like that. I have not seen a friendship between two girls that is like that in comics. Mm-hmm. I haven't. I can't think of any, honestly. There's not a lot of friendships between girls in general.
Yeah.
Between two girls, especially.
Scotty asked a question. Says, if time permits, can you talk about the character progression of a character like Stephanie? How has she grown from day one? And who would her favorite runaway character be?
Okay, so you want to do
I think you kind of know that if you watch Big Brother, our Big Brother Comics edition. You kind of already know that.
Well, no, she told Nico she can't be with her.
No,
Who?
no.
MJ.
I think she would like out Runaways. I think she would like Carolina.
Oh yeah, for sure. Which is interesting because like.
Because think about it, music.
That's
She
true.
would totally love the Beatles reference to her name.
That's true.
Diamond and
That's
Scott.
true.
You know, like she would
That's true.
totally dig that. I think she's got like this hippie power. Stephanie, I can see kind of being like channeling her inner hippie, like So
That's true. I could see that.
I can see
I
her
would
crush
also
on
say
Carolina
Nico
big
though
time.
too, because I think uh with Steph, and again, she's bisexual. If you guys don't know, I haven't kept that a secret, but I think she likes edgier people more. I think she likes people that are kind of unlike her. So I
Yeah.
think Carolina, I don't know, is so
Well,
edgy. That's why I said Nico.
No, I'm not saying like romance thing. I'm just saying like
Oh,
I think
because
she would
Friends?
look.
Oh yeah, Friends
Oh no,
wise.
just who her favorite character would be. I think it would be
Okay.
Carolina because Carolina is like the music. She's got the cool power. She's got she's got she's got like the Beatles reference. She's comfortable in who she is. She's always known who she is. So I think like she might look to Carolina and be like, this is a cool character in this comic book. Like
That's true.
like if she was reading a comic book, I'm saying like if she was reading the comic book.
Well, who do you think Casey's favorite character would be then? That'd be interesting. I don't think she would like any of the parents. I don't know. Hopefully, none of them would.
Because Gert's the only one that would tell it how it is. Gert's the only one who'd be like, no, you're wrong.
Yeah.
I think she would really like Gert because Gert's honest and brutal.
I think Wes would really like Molly.
I think so too. Because again, I like Molly. So I think Wes like, Molly's cool.
Yeah, I think Wes would just like love how enthusiastic Molly is. And I agree, Gert and Casey would both just like have remarks to say about people throughout. And yeah, I think it's between between Carolina and Nico for Steph. I think she'd like both of them. I think she'd be rooting.
I just think it's because of the music references and all that with her,
Yeah.
That's why I think Carolina, because her name is literally a Beatles song. She's literally named after a Beatles song.
If they interacted with each other, they definitely would have a lot to talk about. So yeah, character progression. Like, do you want just Stephanie, or should we do all the characters?
Well, we done Stephanie, we did West, and we did. So, who would be Invulnerable's favorite?
Oh no, I was talking about progression, but yeah, favorite for Runaways. Invulnerable's favorite. I think Alex, because he would think that he's like a nice person, and then he finds out that he's not. Like, I think Invulnerable would be that gullible. He would still be like, "Nah, give him another chance."
Volume 1, maybe that one.
Yeah, volume 1, Alex. Maybe not after. Then he'd be like, "All right."
This volume, I think maybe Chase, because Chase is trying to do the right thing.
That's true.
He's trying to be the mature man. I think he can see like maybe Chase is being who he could be. Like Chase is a better version of him than he is.
Yeah.
Chase had the hard stuff. He had stuff thrown at him, but he's trying to do the right thing. And I think Chase is trying to build the hideout up. He's trying to be a parent to Molly and all that. So I think he might respect Chase in this one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I think that's a good one. All right. Yeah, the other part of the question was progression. So who should I start with, Jay, for that?
Well, let's start with the question that was asked, Stephanie. So,
Stephanie?
How would you, her progression?
I would
say, wait, before you do that, I would say for some of the Stephanie progression, check out the Zone 4, Zone 4 Q&A that we did with Kat, because she goes deeper into that with the different various platforms that she's written like Father Like Daughter on. So you can see some more progression story there too.
I want really.
Kat, while you answer this, I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, Stephanie. From day one. I saw someone up there. That was a book. Day one. I said this in interviews too, especially for this issue. She was just the best friend for Casey. She was just definitely there to someone to talk to for Casey. And she's become my favorite character to write because I've really discovered a lot about her, and she's very much an individual character. And I love how loyal she is. She's just a loyal character, and that's fun to write. Like that's definitely her best attribute, is that no matter what, she wants to help people. And I think that goes into the super heroics of her character, like why she wants to help Casey so much, be this or at least discover her powers more, is because I think Casey has a lot of heroic instincts as well, to help people no matter what. Like she is the type of person who will put her own life on the line to help someone else. So I think that's something I've really discovered through Stephanie and her connection through Casey. And again, I've discovered a lot more about her own personal life. Like we'll meet more of her family members. We'll learn a little bit more about her family. We'll learn, more about different dynamics she has outside of Casey. So I'm really excited about that because she becomes more of an individual character that way. So I'm really excited about that. So that's Stephanie. Wes, I would say, is a character that probably changed the least throughout this series, or at least like from my first perception of him. He was the comic book geek. He was the one who needed to tell Casey everything about comics, and I think he still is. But I think his character growth is the friendship that he makes between Casey and Stephanie, that he has a friendship outside of comics. I think I wish Jay was here for these, because these are like new nuggets that I don't think we've talked about here. But I think with and he's here exactly right where we were talking. So I was saying with Wes, and I'll say what I said about Stephanie, but with Wes, I think he's changed the least, but at the same time he's learned more about relationships outside of comics, and I think that's been really important about him. Stephanie and Casey do not like comic books, and their friendship, even though it's about Casey having superpowers, it's kind of outside that too. It's about just caring about each other, and I think that's a first-time friendship for Wes, like to have such deep of a friendship like this.
Yeah, I think also in his own little circle, he might have been like considered like the coolest one. It's like when you see him, like he's holding court, talking about, he's in control of that conversation about vulnerable, and that when we first see him, and then like he goes on to be a sounding board more for Casey. So he's also learning that side of himself. So I say
he's learning to be a listener.
Yeah, he's learning to be a more rounded person than things. There are things in life that are more real than just what's in the comic book. Like there's things that are outside of the pages, and I think that's what he's learning more of with Casey and Stephanie, and he's growing by that, and he's experiencing new things. So I think he's progressing really well, and I like the way he's doing that, because it's not like something like they're not changing him. He's still the same geek that he always is. They're just opening him up to new things. So that's what I like about how his progression is. Like he's just evolving, where it's not like, oh, he's changing. And what did you say about Stephanie?
So Stephanie, I was saying that I think something I've discovered about her character is that her loyalty is really her power is just like I think she put her life on the line for anybody that she cares about. And that's like something that we really learned about her. And I was saying in the future, we're going to be seeing more connections outside of Casey, which I think is really important, because right now she's just the best friend of Casey. We don't know anything outside of that. But with the next arcs, we'll like learn about her family. We'll see dynamics outside of Casey, which I'm really excited about. So I think that's what's really interesting about her character. And then Invulnerable, to conception, I don't think he's changed a lot. I will say he's progressed as a character a lot, though, just in the story, because he's struggling. And, stuff we've learned is that he left because he wanted to protect his daughter. And he's like, well, I didn't protect her. It's just like, I made her life miserable.
I think he knew that, and I think he's known that for a while. But I think now, they're both seeing it together. Like him and Casey are seeing that together. Like I think, for me anyway, as a reader, I think he's seeing what he's done from her eyes, and she's seeing why he done it from his eyes. So I think that the progression for them is that what made them fall apart, what made them go away from each other, is now kind of bringing them back together, because they're being able to see something from the other one's perspective, which is a big thing, because when you're in that kind of relationship, it's hard to be able to see something from the other person's perspective. And I think that they're both wanted this for so long, even though they, they couldn't say it, because Invulnerable had to admit, Invulnerable had to go back to his family, which he couldn't do, and Casey would have to admit that she still loves her dad, which she couldn't do, so.
I think because it's also such a part of her identity, and I think you see that in the beginning of the comic is just like her hating Invulnerable was her, that's her identity as a person, was hating her dad.
Yeah, you would never have thought that the girl from the first issue would care about what happened
in 4 issues. In 4 issues, that's really quick for comics, and I think we do it in a way that's so organic, though.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it's not like just don't care. No, you see over the course of the 4 issues why she's done it. It's not just because of her interaction with her father, but it's her interaction with her her up in the air boyfriend.
Up in the air boyfriend. Well, we'll talk about it.
Kind of broke up, but he didn't. Kind of broke up, but
the whole idea will be referenced, and that happens in relationships. Sometimes it's just like you grow apart, and especially in high school relationships, it's like, oh, what do we say here?
I still say it should be him going to pick her up at a date. I still say that's how it should be. Like, well, you are my girlfriend, right?
It's like, nope.
Didn't we break up?
I mean, we weren't talking. Now, there's definitely going to be a bigger story there, so don't worry. But yeah, I think she's discovered more there, but I think the scene where she really discovered it is where she sees life is too short, where she sees her dad get hurt. And she's like, shit, why am I being such a sucky person right now? Because I think she kind of feels bad she did that. Even though she's right, in her perspective, she is right. Her dad left. She has a right to those feelings.
Yeah, she has a right to. And I don't think her this relationship changing, the dynamics of the relationship changes her validation or her emotions that she had about him leaving. I think it's just she's growing and evolving and progressing, and so is he. Like they're both seeing they're both seeing it from each other's eyes.
It's a new relationship. It's not the old one that they're picking up. This is a new. You see this too.
She's not the little girl who's waiting for her daddy to cook her, breakfast for dinner. She's the little girl. She's not the little girl who's waiting for her daddy to come home at the end of the day. He's not the guy who's, doing what's right for his daughter by leaving his daughter. Now he realizes the best way to protect his daughter is to be there for her.
And work together with these abilities, because now... I kind of love the line. I know I wrote it, but I love the line where Jim says that, even without the powers, I could see you could have protected yourself, and I think that was kind of a very powerful line, because it wasn't about the superpowers. At first it was. That's why they met. That's why they talked to each other. But he realized it never was about the superpowers,
So, I think they all progressing nice. And this is only 4 issues, people. By the 8th issue, you're going to see a lot more progression, which is why I kept thinking about what I was going to say, because I didn't want to say something that hasn't happened yet.
No, you did a good job, because it's hard for me too, because it's like it's so early on in the story, but I feel, especially Casey and Invulnerable, they grow so much in this arc, you won't believe it. Like, they grow so much, and their relationship grows so much, which I'm so excited for you guys to see. Again, Stephanie and Wes, I think, grow, but they're going to grow more as individuals after this arc, and you'll see why once we finish. It's still an origin arc. So it's just like, it's still about Casey. And Casey won't be stepped away. Like, there's still a huge story for her in this next arc. I keep promoting it like it's Stephanie's arc. It's really the 3 of their arcs. It's like, we're going to see all 3 of them.
You're going to see growth in all of them.
Yeah, so, and Casey's going to have a huge arc, too.
Arc that's coming up, the second arc, you'll see there's something that happens there. So I can't say anything more than that.
I would say you'll see the hero side of everybody.
Yeah.
I think you're going to see why Stephanie is a hero. You're going to see why Wes is a hero. You're going to see why Casey's a hero. You're going to see why Invulnerable is a hero, and why they're different types of heroes. Yeah. All 4 of them, they're in different, and why they work together is because of that, is because they're so different. And you'll see that through their personalities as well there.
The Dan Rock Records Arcade says, is there a trailer or promo I can post on my website? there is a couple of videos that Kat has done to promote the trailer, to promote the Kickstarter that can be found on Comic Frontline or on Hating Claire Heroes on YouTube. There's also, I don't know what platform your website's on, but there's also like widgets and stuff that you can put on for a Kickstarter. Like if you go check out comicfrontline.com, on the right hand side we have a widget for the Like Father Like Daughter Kickstarter that we have posted on ours. So that kind of thing can be posted on your website if you want to do that. Or I think there is a video actually on the Kickstarter too.
Yeah,
right?
there's a video on the Kickstarter.
So
that
you can go embed that video. There is an embedded code that you can embed that video into it too. So those are the options that you have. And I'm sure maybe hit Kat up later on Twitter or something, and maybe discuss other ways of doing it.
Yeah, I love to be on if you want me to be on.
Yeah.
Talk about
Scotty says, I can see shades of Riverdale, Boy Meets World, Degrassi, Full House, Big Bang Theory, Incredibles, but there is nothing quite like it on TV, so good on you guys. Yeah, Kat's done a great job with writing this, so and I'm just lucky that I got to read it first. That's like so Scotty says the trailer promo, that is a good question. The down rock, okay, that's for that. Let's see. So the hashtags.
I don't know if we have any more questions. Hey guys, been playing Spider-Man on Xbox One. Oh wait, I want to say hi. Yeah, MT. Okay. Yeah, I wish I was playing on Xbox One, because I wouldn't even be on here if if that game was for Xbox One, because I'd be playing it because I want it so bad. But I'm not paying $300 for one game.
I'm not playing it at all. So
it looks
I think
good.
my nephew has it, so maybe when I see them next time I go to their house, I might try it out. But I'm not really into games.
Oh
so
man, Spider-Man's the only one. I'm just like, man, I would love to play that. One thing we did.
Is it only on Xbox One?
No, it's only for PlayStation. I don't have PlayStation.
Oh yeah, that's right.
One thing we did that was really fun. And this was last time we did a Kickstarter, and I remember this. Teasing what's coming up through the issues, I thought was a lot of fun. I don't know if you want to do that again.
Yeah,
that's kind of fun.
Let me see. Do
we have any more questions? And yeah, guys, any more last minute questions?
I just gotta read this because I think this is funny. Scotty says, I'm writing a fanfic about a guy named Gonzo Duck, aka Zan, who sings at his best friend Dark Vengeance, who loves Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and video games. I'm horrible at original.
Yeah, who is that? I don't know. Those people sound very original.
I thought that was funny. Now I'm totally going to make a character named Zan.
Yeah,
I like that name.
Zan's a cool name, and Brand's gonna be like, "Is this me?"
Let's see. All right. I don't have anything, so last game system I own is PS2 and Xbox, regular Xbox. I bought them for my nephews, but they got all of them. Like I think my nephews there's 4 PlayStation 4s. That's the newest one, right? PlayStation 4.
Yeah, well, yeah, the one that's
there's 4 of them in their house, and there's 4 Xbox Ones in their house.
Oh God, that's crazy.
And
they can't share.
No, you know that.
I share with my brother.
Yeah, but you two aren't like gamers. They're gamers. Like they're the type of people who like how Meredith Finch put that picture up for what's that game that everybody's playing now?
Spider-Man.
No, before that. It was like they had the dancer and all that. Like
Fortnite?
What's that game?
Fortnite,
yeah. Fortnite. Like, where she posted that picture where the 4 kids are on 4 TVs on 4 game consoles.
I didn't see that picture.
One room. Yeah, she posted it on Facebook and on Twitter. I think it was on Twitter too. But yeah, that's my nephews on a daily basis. Like they had their laptop, they had their TVs and their games like they all play them. Like they'll be in the same house, but they'll all be on their own TV and their own thing. They're like talking to each other through the headsets and stuff. So like that's how they're gamers. Like
Yeah, no, that's
Chris looks like an amateur. Like that's how intense that they are with their gaming. Like they're intense with gaming, and they like to talk smack like I do. So kind of take that to me a little bit. Like they'll talk smack to each other too. So, but they're not rude or anything. It's all within fun. But yeah, like they probably have it already. I don't know because I haven't been to their house yet since yesterday when it came out. But yeah. So if they have it and I go over next time I go over to their house, I'll try it out. But I probably won't be playing it. Like I mean, it's just like it's not something I look forward to. Like I don't know. I'm not a big gamer person. You should make a father-like-daughter trailer animation.
we get that.
We answered that on a previous. Yeah, we answered that on the previous.
The last Q&A. Yeah, the last one on
Sean said something like it would cost a whole Kickstarter to get like 2 minutes worth of animation done.
Yeah.
Like this Kickstarter, $6,000 Kickstarter that was raised so far would pay for like 2 minutes of animation. So animation is very expensive. Question, Kat, how challenging it is staying on your guard, on your grind, and having a well-balanced life? I feel bad for all these famous YouTubers who end up overworking. How do you balance? I think the big YouTubers don't really work that much anymore.
Yeah,
they're pretty much like the ones who are making like millions of dollars. I think like they have it down pat. It's the ones who are trying to get to that that are really killing themselves. Like or the people who are making nothing. Like we don't make anything really from this. So like what we make goes to pay for our site's domain name.
Yeah, for Frontline. For Frontline. So, for me, that's a question. It's hard. I don't find a lot of time where I could just like do nothing, and that kind of hurts. Because when I don't consider, hanging out with friends and hanging out with other people to be a break, because you need time for yourself. So I take my time to have a personal life, yes. But do I take my time for myself as much as I should? That's something I think I'm working on, especially this year, more to do.
Yeah.
Is to have more me time. I'm very good at balancing, again, personal life and work life with socially. But I think healthier for me to have more time for myself that's not dealing with media has been hard, because my life, when people relax, it's for watching TV or doing stuff that is part of my job. So I think that's the harder part, is to find something that helps me relax just by myself. That has nothing to do with work.
Downrock says, word up. Got a spot up for the project. Congrats, exceeding. I love the hustle.
Oh, thank you
got
so
the
much.
Hustle. I admire. That's one thing I really admire about Kat. There's a lot of things, but the one thing I really, really admire about her is that she, I told her this before when I think it was like your first New York Comic Con when we worked together. On it, I was like, she knows how to hustle. I was like, I said she knows how to get out there and do what she got to do. And and the same thing with the she transfers that same work ethic to her comic book. So that's why
I definitely have a huge work ethic.
Maybe too big.
It goes back to that previous answer.
Yeah, and I can't even give advice on that because I'm like the same way. So
I think we're all, again, in this medium, you're all, honestly, something I've been trying to do is play more video games, because it's something I don't do.
Play more video games she really wants to play. I think I kind of see what Kat might be getting for Christmas from her parents.
All right, I should. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I'll get that. We'll see. That would be a very nice present if I got Spider-Man. But that's a little big. But no, that's something I've been trying to do. I think because I don't review it, so it's just like it's something I can do for fun. That's also like mindless, because you need that. Like people do that with television, do that with comics, and do that with other stuff. But we think about it too much. And like even like my mom was saying, "Oh, why don't you watch something that has nothing to do with work?" I'm like, there isn't anything.
I'm gonna tell Kat. You know what you watch?
What?
It's a show. Scotty probably watched it because it's a Canadian show. It's called Kim's Convenience. I just found it on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty fun. It's about a Korean Canadian family, and they own a convenience store. It's called Kim's Convenience. Their last name's Kim, and it's about their lives. It's about their family.
Well, that's fun. Yeah.
It's a daughter who's 20 years old who still lives at home. They live up top of the convenience store.
This is like a written show, or is it like a reality show? Okay.
It's a written show. It's a half-hour situation comedy. So it's a half hour sitcom. And it has a son who left when he was 16 because of something that happened with his behavior and stuff like that. I don't want to give away too much, but the son does not live at home.
Is it a comedy or is it a drama?
Yeah, it's a comedy. It's a comedy.
That's fun. I'll have to look into it.
Yeah, it's a cool Canadian show. I found
those are things like those are the shows that I try. Like I try to watch more comedies, but since everything
Scotty knows it.
I'll have to watch it. That sounds like fun.
Show.
That's a fun show.
Yeah, I like because what I do is I like to go on Netflix and look at other country shows because Kat got me into H2O, and then I look for shows in other countries more. So
yeah, it's cool to see them. It's cool to
I watch that after the shows that we get done doing here. That's my wind down stuff. Is that right?
You have to. Seeing Jay found Jay, like I watched Mrs. Maisel, stuff like that that had nothing to do with work, but then that was over. And then I love my comedies, but I've finished them all. So it's just like now you're just waiting to watch those comedies again.
Yeah.
So it's just been.
Go watch it.
Yeah, I'll have to watch that. That actually sounds fun.
It's called Kim's Convenience. It's on Netflix. It's a pretty fun show.
Yeah, I like the idea of that one. That's cool. Because the only show I have left right now that's supposed to be for myself is Sharp Objects. And I'm not going to watch Sharp Objects to have fun. That does not sound like a fun show to watch. It's just like.
All right, so we're wrapping up. So let me ask Kat, since issue 5 is a done deal now, right. It's done. It's in the bag. It's coming at you. What can you tell us about issue number 5?
Issue 5. What can I tell you? I think I always say this about every issue, but I really believe with issue 5 there's everything. There's comedy. There's a lot of good comedy between Wes, Steph, and Casey. There's a lot of emotions between Invulnerable and Casey. There's action, and there's a huge cliffhanger. So I really feel like it has everything you want in a comic. So that's what I'm going to say. And I think it's some of Wayne's best artwork. I think it's some of my best writing. You get to learn more about this world. That's all I can really say about issue 5.
Skipper's in it.
And Skipper's in it, so you can look forward to that.
I don't know who would you say is my favorite character, Wes or Skipper?
Oh man, I think Wes in a Skipper outfit's your favorite.
Wes is the Skipper mascot.
It's gonna happen one day. We promise you that. We'll get that for you. Maybe the webcomic days. But after this, we're gonna start working on issue 6. So I don't know if we'll have a lot of time.
Tell us something about issue 6 that you can give us. A little nugget.
6. Issue 6, I will say Casey finds her hero side for issue 6. She definitely finds the more heroic side.
If you can you give us the first line of issue 6? Like, you have it handy?
Yeah, I have it handy.
So here you go, guys. You're going to get the first line of issue 6. Issue 5 is coming at you, and you're going to get the first line of issue 6.
Let me see if I can.
Well, the first line that she can give you.
Oh, yeah, I can.
Okay.
Mr. J, you home.
I didn't even know that was the first line of that.
So there you go. If you don't know, Stephanie calls Jim Mr. J because I like it as like a Harley reference, and his name's Jim. So I've always added it for that. And issue 3, no, issue 4, we had that as well. So that was a fun one. I've written 11 issues, so I guess we'll go up to issue 11 on this. So, oh no, I've written 10 issues. No, we'll go up to issue 10. So, issue 7's next. Should we give tease?
Yeah.
Issue 7.
Give us a line.
I will say. Oh, what, Jay?
I see you want to give us a line from there that you can
I think
read?
Jay's voice went out for a second.
Oh, can you hear me?
Jay? Yeah, I can hear you now. What are you saying?
I said, could you give us a line from there that you can read issue 7?
Let's see if I can. Issue 7. Let's see. Yeah, first line from issue 7 is "Where am I?" So that's it.
All right, and what happens in issue 7?
Issue 7, I could say you get to see Wes and Stephanie's heroic side more, them as heroes.
Cool. All right, now issue 8. Let's see. If you can give us the nugget first.
Yeah, let me just search issue 8 first. That way I have it. Nugget, it's a huge issue. That's all I could say. This is the issue. This is where the second big thing is. Yeah, the culmination of things. So I'll say it's the second big thing I've been biting my tongue at is an issue.
I would say this is the big thing.
Yeah, it is the big thing. Yeah, this is the big thing.
And could you give us a line? It doesn't have to be the first line. It could be just any line that you are able to read that would be a teaser, but not like telling.
All right, this is a teaser.
Like, where am I is a good teaser.
That doesn't sound good. So that's I'll say that's the first line of issue 8. That doesn't sound good.
Okay. It just gives you an idea what that issue is about. All right, so now 9. What's the nugget?
All right, let me see if I can find it. The nugget is this is the one-shot issue that is them in the future. Okay. So that's a big nugget.
All right, so this is a flash forward. So what's the line, if you can?
First line is "What if."
Okay.
So, isn't that cool too? Because it's like a what if issue. So I made the first line "What if." Yeah. So
all right, yeah, issue 10.
Issue 10. So nugget. Issue 10 nugget is. Let me get issue 10 up. The nugget of issue 10 is change. That's a huge nugget, I would say.
And
change. A line?
Yeah.
Let's see. I want to do a fun one. Let's see if I can find something cool. Right back at you, Swift. You have to see what that is all about.
So there you go. You got 5 nuggets, 5 one-lines. So
yeah,
check it out. The Kickstarter reached its 3rd stretch goal, but you can still donate to it and help further along other stuff that's coming out. And there's a lot coming in this Kickstarter that you get, and also you get number 5, so that's a big thing. So issue 5 is done. It's in the bag. It's coming at you. It's got to be colored, lettered, and then you'll begin it again. To remind everybody, there will be 2 packages coming at you from Short Fuse Media. It will be the Kickstarter thing, and then there will be a stretch goal of the issue number 5, because that has not been fully produced yet. So so there you go. And anything else, Kat?
We got another backer throughout this, so thank you guys. So we're at 175. Let me see if I can find the person. Vicky H. So thank you, Vicky. I don't know if you're in these comments, but I appreciate that. So yeah, other than that, we have until Saturday, so please spread the word about this Kickstarter if you can. Again,
you can back it, share on your social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, anything you can share it on, share it there. And every little bit helps. And if you did back it and you still, can you share it still? you know,
Yeah,
share it even if you back it.
Yeah, so please share, and you know, the more backers we get, the more promise of getting, you know, more like Father Like Daughter. You know,
Yeah.
I'm showing that we have a fan base that wants it.
Yeah.
Is really what's important to get these issues quicker. So yeah, and Thursday, 10 p.m. Eastern time will be our last Q&A for this Kickstarter, and then we'll probably do another one. Well, we'll probably do the comic book club for the trade, so we won't do another Q&A for that.
Yeah.
So we'll probably do another one when issue 5 comes out.
Yeah.
So like a week after, so you guys get the chance to read it. And it'll be a spoiler-filled Q&A, and trust me, you want to be there for that because there's a lot
to all right, I would say this for all those people who I recommended to go watch the Ranger Danger Boom Room for Kyle Higgins' commentary on each of the issues. We're going to do that for like Father Like Daughter number 5. So be here for that. So all those people who I know went over, because people told me that they did listen to it because I told them to, come back and watch us, because we're going to do that with like Father Like Daughter. So and again,
it's a big one that you want to. There's so much to explain with that. So there's a lot to explain. So.
And the trade will be in our comic book club. That would be one of our selections. So go check that out. And for those Spider-Man PS4 fans, I want to give a shout out to Jesse, JLS Comics.
I saw a notification.
I got the notification. Go over to JLS Comics after this show and watch him live play that. So go over there and watch that JLS Comics. Yeah, and is there anything else that you have?
Yeah, so Tuesday, watch us on Frontline Live, and Wednesday for Media Madness for Iron Fist. So
yes.
All right. So peace out. See you Thursday for the Q&A though. So Thursday on my channel.
If you're gonna say peace out, you gotta do it like Tony. Peace, YouTube. I want to see you do it. You gotta put your hand up at the camera. And you gotta go peace, YouTube.
Peace, YouTube.
There you go.
Bye, guys.